Couple of things on this whole low budget thing, all right? Firstly, what the hell is low budget? I don't know what that means. My definition of low budget is going to be much different to your definition of low budget. Low budget for you could be less than it costs to buy a McDonald's franchise, which is 1.2 million Australian dollars. That anything below that could be a low budget business opportunity. I don't know. So super important when you're thinking about questions is to ask a detailed question. The more detailed the question you ask, the better answer you will get. Not only from me, but also from yourself as well. Very, very important to ask yourself high quality questions. But let's just assume that low budget means, less than $500, something like that. Well, you can start an Amazon private label business, as has been demonstrated multiple times by folks in the Aussie online entrepreneurs, with less than $500. Kate Ingham immediately springs to mind. Her initial investment in her Amazon business was $250. December of last year, so December 2018, her business, I think, was either 50 or 60, let's call it 50, $50,000 US dollars. So, you can start with a little money and build your business up and make it something pretty extraordinary. I know lots of other folks in AOE have done that too. So don't let a low budget stop you from getting started. Don't let that become an excuse as to why you can't do this, because it's just bullshit. You can absolutely do it. If you haven't got much money, let's say you've got $100 to get yourself started with. What would you do then? Well, for me, I would definitely do wholesale in that situation. I would be wholesaling the products and finding products to wholesale and then setting them up. Why? Pretty simple. If you wholesale, not only is it very, very quick to list your product and get your product online. I think Jeffrey often talks about it taking 2 weeks to get yourself up and running if you're listening. Jeffrey is one of our Amazon coaches. He's also the author, by the way, blatant sales pitch coming up, of this, which is called the Wholesale Report. I'll give you the link to that, where he gives you products to sell. There you go. You can have a look at that. It's great. We get some fantastic feedback from the Wholesale Report. Every month he sends you 3 very, very good wholesale products that he's done all the research on. Super cool. It's just $9.95 for the first month. It's a bloody bargain. Anyway, so Jeffrey talks about this taking about 2 weeks from start to finish. But also, your minimum order quantities are minuscule, are absolutely minuscule. On Amazon, if you're private labeling, it's unlikely that you're going to get an MOQ, minimum order quantity, of less than 100 units if you're private labeling. That's unlikely. If you're wholesaling, you can get a minimum order quantity of 1. And it doesn't get much smaller than that. So you could just get 1 of the item and list it on Amazon. Now, would you do that? Probably not. Probably 10 is going to be a better number. But still, you could if you wanted to. So $100 would get you 10 products at $5 a head, plus some change to go and get a few beers or a glass of wine afterwards, which you'll definitely need. So that's a very, very simple way of getting yourself started. Now, the next question ought to be, well, where the hell do I find suppliers who are wholesalers? Dead easy. Let your little Google be your guide for this. So if you wanted to find wholesale, I don't know, let's see, homewares. That's all you do. Just Google that. Wholesale homewares and Australia. Let's say you want to sell in Australia. There you go. And then you'll find heaps of them. Heaps of folks who are very, very happy to let you become a wholesaler. Now, I know a lot of folks recently just went to the Reed gift fair, which is also a fantastic way of finding products. going to trade shows. In fact, it's the one I particularly favor. If you can go along to a trade show, go and look somebody in the eye, shake their hand, you've got a much, much higher likelihood of negotiating a great price and of developing a relationship with them where they'll be able to help you build your business on Amazon as their distributor on Amazon, for instance. So that's also a very, very sexy way. So if I was just doing it with like $100, that's what I'd do. Go and take a look at the Wholesale report as well. Very, very cool. Jeffrey puts his heart and soul into that. It's a great, great stuff. And we get some awesome, awesome feedback and awesome reviews about that. And as I said, Jeffrey has often said it's about 2 weeks from woe to go to get yourself up and listed. So it's much, much faster than private label. Now, that's all the good stuff. What about the bad stuff? There's always bad stuff. What about the bad stuff? Well, your margins with Wholesale are much, much lower. So you won't make as much money, in layman's terms, if you're wholesaling than you would if you're private labeling. So there's that. Also, you don't own your product. You don't own your product. So other people can come and sell that same product too on Amazon. So there's that too. You're not really building your own business. You're building somebody else's business for them. So there's that. 3. So there's some things to consider. That's, for me, why I prefer private label. But if I just had $100, no worries at all. That's exactly what I would do. So take a look-see at that. Oh, by the way, Kate Ingham just reliably told me that it is $62,000 her business got to in December. So from a standing start, $250 investment in August of 2017, her first 3 months, so December of that year, 2017, she hit $32,000, which is pretty sexy, I think you'll agree. And then 12 months later, she got her business, she doubled it to $62,000 a month. A month. So from a standing start, that's very, very cool. Will yours do that? I've got no idea. How the hell do I know? Who knows what yours will do? But that's what is possible when you put your mind to it. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much, much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales I've used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on, a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.